probably you'll explain maybe to our group here what you experienced, how you benefited from that system. So thank you and congratulations. Let's go to meet some of you. Rocky, would you like to say a few words to the group? George said you were going to talk.
Well, he is so active.
Yes.
He had a few words to say. Well, kind of unexpected, but I'd like to thank everybody for all the support I've received. It's only 6 weeks tomorrow since I received a kidney, and that was unexpected for me. I just received a phone call in the middle of the night and said, come to Halifax, we have a kidney for you. And since then, I've been just felt wonderful. I've been able to get out and walk, and I really feel great, and I really appreciate the unknown donor in my case, but I really appreciate what the family and the donors done for me, and life looks very bright from here on in. So thanks everybody for showing up.
And Seth. Now he was very enthusiastic.
Yes. Big talker.
Hasn't got a hockey stick. Speak into it.
Yeah. On behalf of the Timberwolves, we just like to thank George for giving us a chance to come out and support this issue, and we really respect him for coming out and helping get the word out about that, because me myself, I didn't know a lot about it. So hopefully this will help people get into it a little bit more from here on in.
Well said. Lloyd? Yes?
Thank you very much.
Yes? Yeah, I'll talk.
I guess George just asked me to say thank you to everybody who's participated. We stopped in at Gary Dunnett's Irving up there, and I was able to squeeze $75 of gas out of him, so I think I did pretty well to get that. I've known Gary for many, many years. I'm from Newcastle myself, and I went to school with him, so I knew he'd be willing to help us out as well. Also, the police department here and the fire department and the guys who played hockey and so on. Really appreciate the effort that everybody's put in. Also, the lady that organized this event, I don't think she's here right now, but Mary Cameron. George has been talking to her, so really appreciate the effort that she's put into it as well. And also to have Mr. Hubbard, I met him on New Year's Eve over in Fredericton at a wedding, so we just shared a few moments. And in fact, I was going to ask him if he was going to be here for this, but I had forgotten. But thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate the effort. And I'm on board. My involvement with George just happened because I was at the mall, and he was there with his booth with us talking about donor awareness and so on. And my wife and I actually asked him what he was doing for Christmas Day, and he wasn't doing anything, so we invited him over to our house. And during that conversation, he mentioned that his regular driver was going home for Christmas and New Year's. So being an old retired Miramichi, I figured maybe I could lend a little helping hand. So I've offered to drive him over to this area and around, because it's old stomping grounds to me. So I appreciate. I knew that it would be a hospitable place, George. I told you that. And I'd like to thank all of you once again for showing up.
I'd like to recognize a few folks that have made their presence here today. Charlie mentioned earlier Xena Martin, representing the Kidney Foundation for Miramichi. You don't have to talk, you can just wave so everybody knows who you are. We have Deputy Mayor Frank Travers. We have Councillors Reg Faulkner, Scotty Bernard, and I thought I saw Paul Dawson there, City Clerk, Jim Lamke, our Police Chief, Ro Campbell, our Community Relations Police Person, Constable Todd Chadwick, the photo guy for the day. Now, the real reason we're here, George Marcello has put a whole new emphasis on what we call walk the talk. So, George, without further ado.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. Thank you very much for also attending this probably on short notice. Glad to be here, and especially after the holidays. Thank you Want to thank all the counselors, and I was really thrilled to see the Timberwolves there. I mean, this is great that they came out to be part of this, and of course Rocky carrying the torch and not whimpering once, and carrying that torch high. Thank you. There was a few things that were eloquently said here, and I just want to expand a little bit on some of the things. Up to date, we have a 95% success rate with transplantation. That means that people receiving hearts, lungs, livers, they're not only getting their lives back, but they're getting a healthy life back. They're back to work. They're doing things like walking 6 miles a day, like 3 weeks after the transplant. It goes on and on, all the success stories and all the exciting things, and this is because somebody made that donation, because it wouldn't take place if a donation wasn't made, and it's not only this that it saved one person's lives, but up to 8 people. That one decision is saving 8 people's lives. So I'm sure Rocky could testify to this, and many other recipients, that it's brought a lot of joy to your family, and they're very happy, and all your friends. And so let's try and total up the number here. We have 8 individuals whose lives were saved, their family, their friends. We're talking about maybe 1,000 people that get positively affected, and that's from this one decision. I don't think that right now, as we're going through our lifetime, it's hard to match a contribution like that. I don't know of any that, making a decision of donating your organs and making 1,000 people happy like that, Now our problem is that we're still suffering a shortage in our country, and we need to address that. And we need to address that on behalf of the people that are still waiting. We need to put a much more greater effort into the public awareness, so we can get the message out to people. We need to not only do that, but we need to count on that. We can strive for not having any missed opportunities, because right now there's 4,000 people on the waiting list. 4,000. That's the same number that were presumed dead, or possibly maybe alive in the Twin Towers. Now look at all the great effort that was put towards trying to save their lives, the people that perished in that. Now if we did the same thing for those 4,000 people that are on our waiting list right now, we can save every single one of them. And we can do it. We can do it. We have the capabilities of doing it in our country, because that's how many missed opportunities we have. Our problem right now is that people sometimes don't get around into doing it. Being Canadians, we lead very busy lives, and sometimes we just might not get around to doing it. And it's not that the desire and the thought of donating the organ wasn't in our heart, because it was, and then we pass away without making that precious contribution. Also, we have a system where we have to approach the family to make the final decision. Now with that system, the family is having to make an important decision at a very difficult time. Even after discussing it and supporting it, at that moment, they're in shock and grief, and they're unable to say yes. And because of that, we have another missed opportunity, Now, unfortunately, that's the reality, And what we've been witnessing